stream here on Younow. You could even do this, non-OBS if you're going to go ahead and do it the web version, so virtual cam version can be utilized the same method. You're just tick boxing two other things. Um, so then you're on Simulcast there, and then you would Simulcast to YouTube. So then once you're on those sites, it's literally going to say, I'm live on younow.com. That's going to be your headline and title when it comes off onto YouTube. You can go to YouTube side and actually change that out, swap it, edit it, so it actually has a relevant title, instead of just like a pretty generic like live notification. And same thing for the Twitch side. You can go over there to the title, the Creator Studio, edit your title. If you're gaming, if you're in a just chatting, cooking, whatever your content, you can choose those categories accordingly to fit whatever your content is at that time. If it's a podcast, if it's, music stream, things of that sort. Now, I will give out a massive, massive disclaimer and huge warning to anyone not familiar with other platforms or not familiar with the severity of DMCA and copyright. So keep this warning, heed it in mind. We are protected as far as like when you're streaming here on Younow. Yes, it is in their TOS that copyright music is not allowed. They don't condone it. You can receive DMCA strikes. And yes, I know the history of it. Not many people, but maybe a few hand select have actually ever been banned or hit a DMCA strike. But since it is in their TOS, always keep that in mind. It could always be utilized as a loophole later in future to prevent you from something. So always take it with a little bit of grain of salt. I know we all play Spotify and it's connected and allows us to go through Spotify. But we know this from our other platform, streaming and growing with Trovo, that after they grow to a certain point, eventually to get out to an open, they open up that door and it can be a potential hit that comes to you personally. So right now, Younow takes all DMCA hits for us on our behalf, just like they did when we were with Trovo on them. So do keep that in mind. If you are restreaming, if you're simulcasting to Twitch and YouTube, don't be surprised if you're doing your normal music from Spotify, you don't get dinged. Your videos get either A, blocked, unlisted, or DMCA hit, because it's not allowed technically on any of your other platforms, social media sites, anything of that sort. So do keep that warning in mind. Change up your playlist. There is Spotify royalty-free music that you can play. If you still want to utilize Spotify, there's ways you can limit the playlist down to, strictly that. So just always take that with a grain of salt. And that goes for really anywhere you're streaming or doing any kind of form of social content. Be very aware of your DMCA and your protection laws and things of that nature. Um, 'Cause no matter how big or small you may or may not be, a company or entity can still come forth and auto block it or personally pursue further based on severity of, said offense. So just keep that in mind. So that's my big warning for that one. But so yeah, Simulcast then, you would just go ahead and choose either OBS, virtual cam, or no cam setup. Click those two little toggles, click next, you set up your title, you set up your hashtags. That lets you go forward into that. And then boom, you're live streaming. You're there, baby. It's here. You see it. It's gonna be right here. I recommend going into the Creator Studio to give you a little bit more flexibility, usability. Whoa. As far as finding and editing and stuff of that nature. So it's gonna be located under content and generally underneath your live area. And you'll see it say live. And now, when you first started your stream up, YouTube's going to actually have this listed as um, live on Younow. That's it, just live on Younow. So you want to come in here and change your title, make it something that people can search or find or whatnot. And you can do it while you're on your starting screen. Most people have, take about 5 minutes anyways, 5, 10 minutes super maximum on a starting soon. And you can do all these things, get your socials out, update the titles real quick, do the same thing over on the Twitch side, if you're utilizing both of them. If you got a predefined description, pop it in here. Otherwise, the description will be your title name. So as you see, our title name on Younow today was Tech Tokers, Simulcast, special guest JC Strife. And then follow me, and then I'll have the link for today's video, our current stream, listed right here. So I would probably delete that out and actually put in just your real link. Keep that in mind if you guys are also posting your links out, or people like doing in Discord channels. If you're posting your promotions, shorter is better. Grab this link here. Control C, right click, copy, whatever it is. Don't use this link. Look how huge that is. One, I can't even see anywhere without like deep looking your username in there. So I have no idea what you're posting. Yeah, it'll show an embed to give me an idea, but like it just looks better with an actual like page link. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me personally, but my personal recommendation, just pull your link from the top of your actual. Yo, I hope you had a great night and a wonderful stream. Welcome to Tech Toker Tuesdays. We're actually just currently finishing up Simulcast, which is the beginning of today's topic. And it's simulcasting is a way to also stream from Younow to Twitch and to YouTube all at the same time. So we're just kind of showing some entities of that. But yeah, I hope you had an amazing time. Thank you again for the raid. Welcome in. My name's Ganjarider though. Welcome, welcome. And so yeah, so this will be pretty much it. You'll set your description. If you got a thumbnail, add your thumbnail. This is all being done on the fly. Can quickly be done in the moment of your starting student screen. Literally takes like a minute or two of your time just to kind of quickly update these instead of it saying the generic message, because it'll just say live on Younow. It'll just have this only right here, your title and the massive link. You'll have no thumbnail. What else is different? Your category will be different. For your category, it's going to say entertainment. So you'd want to switch that to whatever is relevant to your content. I mean, if your content is entertainment, you can switch it. Obviously, there's a lot of other things that could fit or cover what you currently are in. So if you know film and animation, entertainment, education, comedy, like ours today, it's a how-to style. You know, we're informing people. Otherwise, you know, based on what it is, you switch it to its relevance. You can choose to allow all comments, hold potentially inappropriate, bad, naughty words, links, things of that sort. There's a lot of things you can just kind of cross-utilize and update here. But those are your gist of it. Just get it to where it's at least a title, category, and a brief description of what you're at least doing. You could do more final and formal edits after your stream afterwards, you know. And then again, same thing with the Twitch side. You're just gonna go into the Creator Studio and then just load that up and switch the title name and the category. If you're in just chatting, if you're cooking, or if you're playing a game, you know, match the category accordingly. But yeah, so that'll be the basic of this. That's what those little features are down there, the Simulcast, if anyone has ever was aware. Didn't know how to set it up or what have you. It's all basically inside of your settings. Profile picture, settings, information. You want your Twitch stream key right there. These are brief rundowns. Same area, connected accounts. You want to connect your YouTube brand account. Again, I will express it. It must be a brand account. No personal account allows live streams. And all personal accounts have a max upload of 15 minutes. So to avoid that warning, that goes for a lot of your other connected platforms too. Make sure it is an actual brand account that is attached, you know, to your primary account. So cool. So that sums up that one. So that's a little bit about Simulcast, why I feel it is a really great tool utilized in many means. So same aspect too, since we're, also live streaming on Twitch. So we could be taking clips on the Twitch side, in the Creator Studio, clipping clips. Yeah, we get our moments, stuff over here, but it's other ways you can grab and clip those um, in a form of fashion too, So it's just ways of advertising your content out there, while at the same time streaming on your home place. Are big reasons behind simulcasting, multi-streaming. Um, they're never a downside. It's never a bad thing. It's only going to help you more and more in the end. I think long term, whether you're doing this as a hobby, whether you're just doing it for fun little videos, um, or you're serious and want to do it as a full-time content creator, it'll just make a lot more things smoother, easier, and give you access to, doing things a little bit differently. Where are we at? There we go. Well, I'm big. Shrink me down there. Close that out. It's closing all my tabs out. Perfect. And now obviously there are, other ways you can multi-stream. But obviously if it's just those two places, that is the simplest and easiest way of doing it is through the simulcast. If you are doing other platforms, so that would include like Trovo or Facebook Gaming, DLive or Caffeine or Kick, any of those other platforms, you would have to utilize a plugin and you would have to utilize another web service that's called Restream.io or Multicast or StreamYard, something of those forms that offer those entities. Um, and a way for you to connect those alongside with Younow. Which that's the way we typically do stream. We use a multi-output. Briefly show you. We won't go in mass description of what it is. So multi-output. So this output is right here, this big middle thing on the bottom. My tools. No, we went to the Discord site, downloaded the plugin multi-output, led us to a link to download this. We got it in. And I think that might actually be covered in one of my previous videos, possibly. But so anyways, this allows you to add a target. So like I said, I utilize another service called Restream that allows me to connect to other entities that are not supported by the Simulcast. So you're literally setting everything individually up in here. You would put the name of it for whatever it is for you to remember, your server, stream key, no username or passwords needed. Set your encoder either to match OBS when you're live, or match audio while you're live, and they'll match whatever your current OBS settings are and just make them very relevant to each other. And that's a form of way of utilizing that. So if I'm streaming here and now let's say I want to turn on those other platforms on the fly or off, I go ahead and hit start. It's going to start my stream to Restream. Now Restream gives me additional options of turning on and editing every single one of my live feeds literally from their channel. Like I said, we can cover a more in-depth detailed video of that side of multi-streaming if it is requested. But I do see that probably most people are generally utilizing Twitch or YouTube in a form of fashion. I do know some are tapping over into the Kick side, giving that a try. So this could still be a way they utilize it. Otherwise, what some people are doing, if they're just like PC streaming, they're actually doing two OBSs or two Streamlabs, or one of each, and that's very intensive work on your system. Even for like really high-end systems, um, you are pulling a lot of resource, you're pulling a lot of data that way too. So if you're bless your poor PC, yeah, exactly, JC. It does make a massive difference. I mean, you see mine. My CPU is 0.1%. I actually use some CPU, okay, when I use two outputs. We don't talk about that. It's broken. Fake news. Oh my God, JC. He said inaccurate, inaccurate. That's false. But yeah, so that is AMD for you, baby. I do use a pure AMD system that's GPU and CPU are both AMD. Just an FYI. Mm-hmm. But anywho, so yeah, that's Simulcast in a nutshell. That gets you the pure basic setup of it, and that'll get you headed in the right direction at least. How to get that connected. I know I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, I could never figure out the YouTube side, and I knew of that warning, because I had that. That was the reason why when I first ever created my YouTube account, I tried to use my personal and it was like, this video is more than 15 minutes, or trying to do a live stream connection and it didn't give me the option. It said you don't have permissions. Well, it tells you create a brand account, you know. So literally you're just attaching a brand account to your current Google profile, you know. So you'll have access to both accounts. Same with like Instagram. If you're on your personal account, or it's Twitter, your professional account and your personal account, you can switch between both of those features. I think Instagram has a similar feature as well too, to use that too. But it's the same way, you know how that works. But yeah, it's just a good way to push your content out. My favorite part and expression of it is the VOD saving. I mean, it's a lifetime saving of a video, you know, of your replay of stream. That's a huge, huge thing. Now, as far as when we're simulcasting, this will be my first test. I will test to see if like GIFs and stuff have came through or shown on those sites. That I'm not sure if actually is something that does push through the simulcast. I think that might be strictly still a Younow special feature. Um, and if that is so, then you're really only having it just for like your actual content. Like you won't have it for like those moments, or the big gift drops, that type moments, you know. Um, Only way of doing those would be like showing your stream or screen capturing like my Younow. Which you could do with the speed we have here on Younow. The way of like me reading chat, responding, and like vice versa, you responding like to me, that super quickness, like less than a second interaction, which is also extremely unique to this platform only. um One other platform, but that platform is dead, so we don't talk about them. But they're the only ones that tried to do like an FTL. um but yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a good way of having it all set up. I feel anyways. It gives you that ability, especially for those that do gaming. Easy way to cut it out. I mean, you can cut out 2 hour intervals, you know. So as far as all that goes, that pulls through, that comes through. If your OBS, you know, obviously is set up for the guesting correctly, then obviously guest audio comes through and is pushed through to the other sites too. So all that will kick in. All right, and then from there, what do we got? We got, oh, Botisimo. Wonderful, wonderful Botisimo. This this bot, this bot is actually a dope ass bot. It's a multi-use tool actually. I wouldn't say it's just only a bot. It has some really cool other features. Pretty highly advanced features actually with it. It is paid, technically. It's free, but there is paid features that you can unlock, or you can utilize through a sponsorship program. So you agree to do a sponsorship with Botisimo. In return, you'll play this little video, that thing that will come up occasionally, which mine should be on, I think. I'm pretty sure it's on. But anyways, you play like this little video that will pop up. It's like a little tiny ad or a commercial, usually for like something stream related or like a candy shop or um, a website like that sells, snacks or something like that. Usually something of that sort. And in return of you playing that little video every so often, they'll let you use paid features, um, or more features than like just a standard non like sponsorship person. So there's ways to go around, I guess, without actually paying for it. But now, huge advantage of that. So if you're doing the sponsorship program and you have people just click, literally they have to click your link, that post in the chat, have them click their link and go to it. On average, I make about 15, $20 a month from that little bit of an ad revenue. So in exchange, that 15, $20 can be used to pay for my premium service without me technically paying for it. It's being paid for by the bot itself. So little tip of advice, little sneak peek hint on that one. Little loophole, I guess. More or less, you have a bot that advertises and more or less will pay for itself through its own advertising. It's really neat, actually. It's really neat. So let's flip over to Botisimo, shall we? So when you're basically in Botisimo, we'll go here. I'll just show you what the main page looks like. I'm already logged into it. There's multiple ways you can log in Botisimo. Of course, these links will be in the chat. Holy fuck. Or in the description and stuff on the VODs. So Botisimo, powerful tools, powerful communities, stream over chat bot sponsorships for live streams. Whatever start. Sign up, obviously. There's multiple ways and means you can actually sign up. Go ahead and just create a basic username, email, password, hit sign up. Once you're signed up, you would connect other accounts. That gives you the means of doing this. So you can log in with your Twitch, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Trovo, your Brime, your DLive, your Discord, or just your standard email and address that you provided on file there. So it's multiple connections. It can connect to almost anywhere for that matter. All major places anyways. So now we're on Botisimo. That's Internet Explorer. Sorry about that. Super bright. It's going to go ahead and look like this. You're on Botisimo's main page. More than likely, you're going to be on the dashboard part right here. So it runs you through a few things. If you have bot accounts that you wanted to create, so on other platforms, a chatbot actually has the means of becoming a kind of real person, or at least an entity. So on other platforms, I have most my major chatbots would be named as Mary Jane. She's been with me forever and a day, but how I had her utilized, many people actually never even thought she was ever a bot. They questioned it. It was actually hilarious, and I always ran with it for the longest time. But yeah, no, she's just a chatbot, and so she would become the name of the chatbot. So instead of like here, how it says chatbot, it would be an actual named bot. So similar with like the Botisimo. Like if I just didn't use the free version, I can name it and not have it say Botisimo. It would actually say whatever bot I give it an identity to. So that runs you through like the little dashboard of all what it's doing. You kind of have an idea of like your audiences across all your different connected platforms, their names and stuff, like these messages. In here. You also you end your streams, that nature. Most of you can literally add options. So you would add your High five. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let's go. Dang. Shook down. Make sure that one. Oh my God. All right. There we go. There we go. So you would go to add connection. This is where you would connect all those accounts. So then you can easily log in later, like how we showed the screen. You would better log into all of these. So after your basic setup, go to set up your connections, you know. You go in here, since we are simulcasting from Younow to Twitch and YouTube through its simulcast feature, add your Twitch account, go ahead and add your YouTube account. Again, it's step by step. It will run you through how to add those. Mine are currently already added. So then once they're added, they will be right here. Yo, it's going pretty good. High five. It's going pretty good. How are you? Um, ba Basitali Kachar? Basitali Kachar, welcome. Hello, welcome to the Playhouse, and welcome to Younow. Yeah, we're just about midway through our Tech Tokers. Simulcast I knew wasn't gonna be a massive coverage tonight, as it's kind of pretty straightforward for what we're gonna do and utilize it in means from Younow to these places. If I were to get into multi-streaming, that'd be a little bit more in-depth, but these entities kind of tie those in together, you know. How can I earn pearls? You can earn pearls by logging in every day and watching streams. You would earn them that way. You can go play the Younow games. So like the Theo games, the Pearl Jackpots, the Blackjack games, and you can bet your pearls to try to earn them that way. Um, Otherwise, you can level up. By leveling up, you would either spend money to buy bars. That gets you levels in exchange. Your reward levels will get you pearls. When you drop certain amounts of pearls or whatnot, you'll get experience levels. And certain experience levels will reward you with pearls. There's a few different ways. But generally, the easiest means is literally just logging in every day. You get a daily bonus that logs in. You got Kit Kat cereal? Ooh, how is that? High five. Ooh, I don't think I've seen that one. I'm usually on it like with new cereals and shit too. Ooh, I bet that's yummy. I bet that's yummy. I'll let you know. Bet. All right. So when you have your accounts connected, so again, we are through Botisimo. It is botisimo.com. I guess I can at least type the name here. Botisimo.com. I think that should pull through, hopefully. Perfect. Yeah. So it's botisimo.com. The link will be posted on the YouTube video so that way you guys can conveniently access it. We'll go ahead and we had our Twitch connected and our YouTube connected. So you are given a form of settings. So among these settings, again, if you didn't have other ways or means of doing things, this is where you can set those for those platforms. So people are like, well, what about my alerts and things of that? So you can do all that right in here actually. So if a user levels up in chat, you can type in whatever you want it to say. I have a video actually that covers Botisimo in detail, so I'm just going to really briefly kind of run down basic for those that just don't know. Your announcements for subscribers, gifted subs, raids, bits, new users joining chat. If you wanted to shoot out a Twitter notification when you go live, I love this main feature right here. So this is one of the reasons I didn't have it set up for my Twitter side. I have it usually going off my Trovo side. But the message that I use for a Twitter post when I go live will adjust accordingly, you know, based on what I have it set for. Certain games, certain category, things of that would be included in here. And I just switched it to make sure it always posts my younow.com. That's a way of also promoting Younow to other socials. And it gives me all control in what my Twitter post is. So where like if you're here, our basic, Twitter post is just live on Younow. Very basic, you know, extremely basic, no hashtags, no other keywords. Thank you so much for the shiny magic balls. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, high five. Thank you for all the shiny magic balls. Great vid, by the way. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. So you could set a Twitter announcement if you wanted to. If you had a section, if you wanted actual chats to be mirrored off in your Discord, some people do that. You can do that. If you wanted to set up a Discord announcement, let's say there's a place that promotes Twitch channels, or you have a place that promotes Twitch channels, or in general want it promoted that way, you can go ahead and attach it to your profile, whatever channel you want it that you're connected to, you have access to. Same with, when your stream goes down or offline, it could be chosen as a choice there. If you use Slack, you can connect it to Slack for any Slack announcements. Otherwise, the major important feature is going to be chat relay.
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera.
Yo, Black Cat, thanks for becoming a fan, and welcome to our Playhouse family. Hey, I appreciate that. Welcome in, Hunter. So chat relay, this is going to be relay chat to YouTube. These are going to be any of your connected accounts. So relay chat to YouTube, relay chat to DLive, to Trovo, to Brime. These would be options you would select here. So since I am simulcasting, we're simulcasting from Younow to Twitch and to YouTube, I want my Twitch chat to relay to my YouTube chat. So any messages that come forth on Twitch, Botisimo's bot. Actually, I don't think Brime honestly is still around, JC. I don't think I could find their website last time I looked. Well, hell, that's just like I didn't think uh our old paid sponsored people were still alive, but I guess they're coming out from somewhere. Um, but yeah. I saw the other old entity has a website running now with Google Doc invitations and yeah, funny shit, man. Funny shit. Stepping up in the game, I guess. Stepping up in the game. All the power. Memorable mentions and all that. But so anyways, you want your relay chat in here to go to YouTube. Connect your YouTube channel right there. Relay chat to go to any of your other platforms if you're streaming on Trovo, on Brime, DLive, etc. And you're going to kind of do the same thing. I wouldn't do the Twitter notification the same if you're doing both at the same time. Major feature is going to be the auto detect. So what I would do is come in here, and if you can't find what your current live is that you're live right now doing in the list, then just do auto detect. You'll see settings have been updated in the top right corner, go green. That's a way of letting it know it refreshed and changed it. So that way it does connect. YouTube does have a delayed chat, and a way what that means is the chat does go into a sleep mode. If it is inactive for more than 5 minutes, don't be surprised if the chat isn't always coming through, or it might be a little behind because it has to reactivate. That's because your chat might have went inactive on YouTube during a live stream, and it just causes the bot to go to sleep to save resources. And that's a YouTube thing. That's a security feature they have established and set up. So that's really not on any platform to have massive control on, sadly. So you take some wins and losses for security, you know what I mean? I'd rather be a little bit more secure, I guess. But so then same thing here. So after you set the auto detect or whatever your name of the current platform is, you have the same options down here. You can announce your level up of users, any ones that become new subscribers. If you are a partner, you can have it announce the memberships, membership gifts, your super chats, and then you can have it welcome new users with a message. as well. And it gives you an idea of like what a generic message looks like, so you know what like term to actually use to pull that username or whatnot out of there. And then Twitter notifications, same thing. If you want it to be a separate Twitter notification, you can have it create a little bit differently. So like this one is geared towards YouTube. So when I live stream it, and the only time usually I'm pushing this out is when my YouTube activates. So I'll go ahead and click live on my YouTube when I'm usually hopping into a game or something for the night. And that way it pushes it out. Well, then at that moment, this Twitter notification will then get posted out, and it lets people know a relevance to it. So, just let them know like what my goal is. One day eventually hope to hit partnership over there. Long-term goal, one day it'll happen, right? So it's just a post that goes out on Twitter. Again, lets people know that the current live stream is going as well, for that current game or whatever entity are covering. So if like right now, if we were to do it for Tech Tokers, through my usual means of restream, we would have our general toke session hangout go down. And then when I'm literally flipping into the topic of tech tokers and starting our actual tech talk, we could then turn on the YouTube channel, which then would activate this Twitter notification. I could have it set up specifically with the podcast playlist URL and the Younow URL both in there, and have it as a cross post utilization. So it gives me another way of, at a different time interval, to put out another Twitter post without me actually doing a lot for that Twitter post. You know what I mean? And that could be done for the Twitter, the Twitch side as well too. Same thing down here. If you want it to be mirrored to any of your Discord stuff, if you want the stream notification to go up, that's again right here. Slack announcements, you can connect to that. And I would go ahead and check the relay to chat to Twitch. Make sure those are both switched on. From the Twitch side, you want it to relay to YouTube. From the YouTube side, you want it to relay to the Twitch side. And that's going to allow us to have the ability to actually cross communicate through our on-screen chat. Let's see. I can't even spell. So we'll do it from there. And then oops. And we'll do it from there. So those should have came through on our side. So yeah, as you the on-screen comes through, you see how it says my name in the purple dot down here. It says, "Hi, I am on Twitch." That's me. That's what a username is going to look like coming from that entity. Obviously, you see my Botisimo activating an auto notification on Trovo. That's promoting YouTube and Younow. So it's just other ways you can, it could be cross-utilized. And then you see my YouTube now is coming through. So YouTube, hi, I am over on YouTube. So how it says now on screen, it goes Botisimo. In the bracket will say YouTube, so I know what platform. Ganjarider's Playhouse. Hi, I am over on YouTube. And I'm laughing, ha ha ha. So it's a form of means of doing that, this bot allows that entity. So on-screen wise, everyone in this chat down here through the on-screen perspective can keep up with each other's conversations and or have a choice to communicate with one another through those conversations. They're going to see it on screen. Obviously, if they're communicating from Twitch and YouTube, it's literally in chat. So it'd be in the chats on YouTube. It would be in the chats on Twitch, DLive, Brime, Trovo, any of those other connected platforms. But for here, at least we get the ability, and that's thanks to Streamelements. So Luca has that connection set up that we can at least use the on-screen version of that messaging in a form of way. And then that way that you can have that full-blown conversation. And then you as a streamer, you're not always looking. Kit Kat cereal is amazing. Let's go, high five. So you as a streamer, you're not always looking at multiple different windows or multiple different chat options. Um, Obviously, if you don't have it docked up, so then when you're streaming, it can look something like this with the dock. So Younow chat is docked over here. That's why it's so messy awkward right now. So I can actually see it all from over here on my right-hand side dock, technically. The chat you guys would see on screen, I can keep up with the conversation. I also have my Trovo side, which does the docking as well of chat on the left side, and that pulls from all my other platforms. So I can see it a little bit more in detail, just in case I miss it on the on-screen or something of that nature. Botisimo pulls that connection and makes that all possible, actually. So those are the major uses for Botisimo, what to use it for. There are a few other things you can check out and mess into. Obviously, it has a chatbot section. Um, it's got there's sponsorships, you can donation pages, things of that nature, referral links, um, which actually we'll copy this just in case anyone wants to sign up for Botisimo. Links right there. You can set up commands. Again, these commands will only be used on your Twitch and your YouTube. But however you have them set up, they could come across on screen, in a form of way. But you can set whatever they're used up for over here too. Again, I have an in-depth video on my YouTube already about Botisimo and how to use it and set it up. So I'm not going to cover all these or any of the depths of this, just brief rundowns. Timer messages, same thing. You can have it where videos actually pop up during like a break type thing. They have their own little form of stream overlays. So with the stream overlays, this is where like the sponsorship would come through. If I had commands set up for the alerts, so like my events and stuff, donations, follows, subs, gift subs, all those go off. They give you the actual overlay you're going to use for those features. If you wanted to use their actual chat, their chat is a little bit of a different entity. If you wanted to open up a voice Discord from an overlay from your voice, your Discord, you can do that. Polls, giveaways, queues. Music is one of my favorite features from them. That's what we are listening to right now, actually on stream. And it's being utilized through NCS, which is all non-copyright sound. So the music player would look like this, and you have the option to obviously, have some control over it. So you can view the overlay. This would be the overlay itself. That would pull up into your OBS. You would copy that web page. Whoa. Sorry. So keep that in mind. It's going to be loud. It was also back on that screen, though, to the music one. Where was we at? Under the stream overlays music. So do keep in mind on here, live music is a video player with audio, and the title of the current song, Now Playing, is a basic thumbnail with no audio in the current song. So I use this one. Again, it could be with my setup how I have it, or if you want to use Last.fm, you can do that too. But so I go ahead and copy it. This means, and that's what that little, just in the chat, you might see green lettering just literally below me. It's literally just for a title reference. But the connection's right here. So what it would look like not connected, let me just clear this out. So you would have the option to connect to Chill Hop Music, Immuno Music, Monster Cat, or No Copyright Sounds. I've utilized a few of these other ones based on what platforms you are streaming to. Some countries, not the platforms, but some countries may ding you for DMCAs, which are considered minor copyrights. They're not massive infringements. They're not shut you down type things. It just means a country doesn't approve of that said music being played in their country. So they're going to copyright block it, is what they're doing. They're blocking that video from being played in their country. Those are very minor copyright claims. There's a major differences in a lot of DMCA hits or copyright claims on your platforms too, to always keep in mind. Your major massive ones will be instant blocks, demand for takedowns, usually followed up by emails from publishers, producers, ownership entities, things of that nature. You'll know when it's a big one, You'll know. So anyways, the kind of music I love, obviously EDM, house, drum and bass, all that stuff. So I do know copyright sounds. It covers a lot of my genre entity. It's usually pretty updated music. They have a huge selection they go through, and it'll just be on an auto rotation playlist here. It's going to come through for you guys as a browser source. You can set it up for song requests, but that's only from Twitch and YouTube. Again, all this is only for these guys, but the music can be used obviously for here on Younow. You guys hear this music too, so it gives you some player controls. You can enable that player overlay, obviously, control the volume from in here, so if it's really too loud you can lower it down some more, raise it back up. And then that's pretty much it. It seems like it just got really fucking loud. Holy shit, man. It got really loud on my end over here. But so that's what I use Botisimo for. It allows me to have my cross communication of chat going down. It may not ever be in chat communication, but at least it's on screen. So it is some form of way of both or all three entities having a way of knowing what's going on, at least on all of the platforms, or to make yourself not look like totally crazy and you're literally just talking to yourself and making up random answers to stuff that's not even being said. Now people can actually see on screen you are talking to real people. It is not a bot. But so that pretty much gives the summary option of that. Obviously, you could look into all these other little entities and bells and whistles of Botisimo, but your basic is going to be that connection for the chat relay. And if you want to utilize a different and truthfully safe music player with a pretty decent selection and not so bad music, utilize their music player too. And again, it covered a few different entities. So like you saw, Monster Cat, Younow, no copyright sounds, NCS. I think Last.fm is another way it can connect to. So all those services can be played through this music player, to give you that extra, flexibility of what kind of music you want to control or have played or whatnot. And at the same time, protecting your content, not worrying about royalty free or, DMCA hits and, copyright hits and things of that nature. All right. So yeah, that's Botisimo in a nutshell. Pretty easy, seamless program. Doesn't go too crazy, nothing too drastic. All that literally is doing is allowing on-screen chat to have more of a connection with each other. If the means is there, or they want to have that conversation, or the conversations are being had of sort. It's a way we can cross-utilize that, and then it's a way the streamer can keep an eye on both chats without having multiple windows or multiple streams playing. It's to make it easier for you as a streamer, or multi-streamer for that matter at that point. And you can always keep up with everyone then, And that way, no platform feels left out. You get to recognize and acknowledge anyone on any of your platforms, and then again allows you to create those moments to pull them into your your home platform to hear on Younow, what have you, wherever your your preference, what you're streaming on. It's just it's another form of advertising marketing, you know. But yeah, my biggest thing is if you don't do it for anything, even list unlisted or private recordings of all your videos on YouTube. If nonetheless what you take from all this, simulcast to YouTube and at least keep your VODs on YouTube, so you always have long-term ways of editing, going back to re-editing, grabbing clips, snippets, things of that nature. You're not limited to a 3-day, a 14-day, or a 30-day saved, you know, limitation. So, because YouTube will save it forever until you choose to delete it. So that's on you if you lose it then. And they even warn you like twice. Are you sure this will permanently delete? And you have to click a checkbox and hit OK after the second confirmation. So they really make sure that you can't be like, hey, I accidentally clicked it. Like, oh, you accidentally clicked it, then you accidentally clicked a checkbox and clicked the button again. Dang, that's a lot of accidents, you know? So yeah, they really make sure, you know, do you really want to delete this? And it'll say, you know, big bold letters, this will permanently be deleted. There is no going back after this. But that allows it for easier means. So if anyone ever did or was curious on a way of Simulcast, and again, if it is requested or people are wondering how to go the other way, and that's through the multi-output method, we can go a little bit more of a finer detail on that. But I think my one video actually does cover a good snippet of that too. I think we might have already covered that on a previous YouTube video, so we can double check and I'll leave links to those if so as well too. So hey, welcome in, Void. And then the last thing on my list tonight, I know, like I said, I didn't think Simulcast would be super lengthy. It's going to be Streamelements tonight, which is a website. And if some of you might actually be using it and not realize that you're using it, if you're using OBS Live, which is a different form of OBS, it's a less resource heavy OBS generally. And oh, thank you for the peace. Good afternoon. Yo, I appreciate that. Hello, hello. And good evening from this side. I know we're actually only 10 minutes away from my usual start time. But we are doing it through Simulcast tonight, so the topic we are covering, we're actually using the service, so that way people wanted to check out and see how it is being utilized and works. I did not check to see if GIFs, oh shit, I should have seen that, if GIFs actually show up on the other sites. Do you know if they do or not, JC, by chance, off the top of your head? I don't know if you ever fully used the Simulcast version for a full stream or not.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
Yo,
But a friend with gold is the best I know.
Holy shit, thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh. Hey, I appreciate that. Dang, all the love. You think so? Okay, okay. I know the alerts themselves would come through. I just didn't know if the actual web Younow gifts pop through. My pleasure. Hey, no, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the stickers, the flyby chats, your special name color on the on-screen chat, and what else? And the ability to watch replays. But yeah, I think they might. We'll double check our VODs anyways, and we'll correct ourselves if we need to. So we'll see on that. But so far, it seems like we're holding up pretty well through the Simulcast to all three platforms. We seem like YouTube's been playing it flawlessly. Twitch has been playing it flawlessly. Even through the little hiccup moments here, I don't think they've even come through on the other side, to be honest. So that's pretty nice actually too. So it's a way for higher quality VODs also, just an FYI. For sure, let's go. Let's see, I should pull up Streamelements. We'll get that pulled up. I have to log in anyways, so keep our sensitive information private, you know. I personally love still to use Streamelements. I've always been a little bit of a secret Streamelements whore. Streamelements, Streamlabs, you know, and for a few reasons. On major platforms, their chatbot is pretty fucking amazing. We won't discuss our past home platform and their connection with Streamelements. We just don't talk about those days. It put a really bad taste in a lot of people's mouth for Streamelements, sadly. Myself included. yeah, I know, JC. Even E2, that poor man, he is still holding on to that Streamelements. I give him all of the props in the world. That is some strength right there. That is some strength. Hell, it still can't even get the proper like live notification sent out. To this day, JC, it still says Streamelements is streaming. That's all it says. I'm like, what? Dang, it's so bad. It's still only for Trovo, you know. YouTube, Twitch, it works flawlessly with their in-chat posts. Never understood it. Never understood it. But yeah, so Streamelements is actually how we have this scene right here. This Younow scene, or my game scene, my how-to scene, whatever you want to call it. This is actually a Streamelements scene, and it's all literally in one browser source. I'm not utilizing any resources but a web source technically, which is super amazing. So for those that want to add things or worried about, you know, limitations of resources and things of that nature, it's all being done by an actual just one source. So we're gonna go to handy dandy. Let's do the other site first, so you can see what it looks like before you log in. Streamelements.com. So the stream's gonna look like this. Live streamers, video creators, what have you. You know, you're gonna go ahead and get started. It's gonna ask you to connect with a few major platforms. So obviously your major ones would be Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Trovo that it's supported by for connection methods. You go ahead and get, you know, fill out that information or make those connections. And then it's going to go ahead and take you over to here. So this is Streamelements in a nutshell. It looks a little scary, but based on what accounts you have connected, you do have other entities. So I can access my YouTube connections, Facebook, gaming, Twitch connections, all from the page right here. So like for the Twitch one, so you can also cross-utilize overlays. This is what's really cool about it. So what this is really good and useful for is cross-utilizing either alerts, browser sources, things of that nature from other platforms, or just to nicely put everything in one entity. It can be kind of done in just the one source. So we'll go to the left side, streaming tools, and you have overlays and overlay galleries. Obviously, if you had nothing here just starting, you're going to go to the gallery. So these are going to search for made ones, free overlays that are made for actually Twitch specifically. You know, they have alerts, they have widgets, you know, things of that nature as well. But again, keep in mind this is Twitch specific, so these would be only used for Twitch as far as the widgets, the alerts, things like that nature. You could save the files, use the video or the PNG files and cross-utilize them for certain things here, but majority of its usage will be for the platforms they're made for. So, but again, that's where this actual overlay comes from. So if there's an overlay, you know, something that you liked, you see in here, you can look it down. It'll tell you if it's a super theme, if they're animated, a little bit of keywords to kind of help you get an idea as well. Otherwise, just simply clicking on one, going to show you a little mini preview. This is what the gaming full screen is going to actually look like. I gotta make sure I'm on the right page, watching myself. I was delayed there, sorry. Alright, so that's what this one would look like. This is what a intermission type screen would look like. The starting soon screen will look like. Be right back, and a stream ending screen. So it legit gives you scenes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes right there. All the scenes that a general streamer would technically need, you know. Gives you all those right there. Then you go in to create my overlay, and you would set these all up. So we'll go to the overlay I have. So one that I was kind of working on, I never did actually finalize and decide to actually use it for my own. But let's see if this one is set up properly. Ba-da-bum-bum. And if it is, it's the one that I cross-utilized to make from a Twitch to a Younow version. Holy fuck, that's bright. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. So let me delete the word finalist. We're gonna get rid of that. So this is an overlay scene. So let's say I picked this galaxy scene that was in that list there, and we wanted to use it. So what this one is set up, technically it didn't have this feature here, so I used a few other features. Let me see if I can show you what the original, so the original would have looked like this mini thumbnail here. It would have just had the big camera image. It's just literally for just chatting. There's no chat overlay or nothing on there. Where like the BRB one has a chat overlay, you know, so if you would go to that one, it has a way. I was trying to reutilize this, but the background's not going to work correctly for me. So I was trying to change this one over, but you kind of get the gist of idea of it. So we can cross-utilize certain features from each other's things. So anyways, in this one, so it had socials on top. All your stuff's going to be on the left over here. You can switch out like your usernames for your socials, your YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, you know, whatever ones are up there. If you have Facebook, they would be up there as well. And you know, it would have icons pertaining to the theme also for you. So then you have a few other options to change in here too. So then down at the bottom, so since this was a Twitch created thing, these would be actually all set up for Twitch. So technically these would be, get rid of all these little old entities. Alright, so technically these would be like things that would be set up for actually Twitch. So it'd be like, I think this one was, this was a donation right here. This one was newest follow. This was newest subscriber. So I just kind of utilized them, changed the terms to match Younow wise. And instead of dono, I made it for top stream fan because I had a means or a way to actually use this scene. If I wanted to, I was going to actually go ahead through with it. It would have been a different way of having our just chatting moments instead of the smoky toke one that you see usually. And then my top 3 fans that you normally see on my streams, how they're down below by chat, they would go up in this little box how I have it set accordingly. So a few things you can set in here as well or test out. So obviously set up, since it is a Twitch based, if you are simulcasting to Twitch, you can use this as another way to get alerts to come through without another browser source. It's all being done in here. So if somebody subscribes over there, you know, it has its built-in alert overlay of what it's going to say, do, you know, things of that nature. If they're hosting, if you get a raid over there, you can have it click in different alerts, notifications for it, you know. If you have merch through Streamelements does offer a merch site. Extremely awesome. If you're just getting into it, not really knowing how to create a little bit of a merch type thing, they do have a pretty cool startup merch site for broadcasters that many people still use to this day, and it's not too bad of a place actually. And so you can set those things up in there. Otherwise, we have the plus symbol to add some extra stuff of our own entity, some extra customizations. So you would have alert boxes, you know, if you have Kappa Jin, Hype Boss, you can do those. You can add countdown timers, do contests, giveaways, media requests for YouTube videos, you know, merchandise goals, subscriber credit rolls. Again, a lot of these are Twitch based, so it's going to go off of Twitch subscribers, Twitch goals. So keep that in mind. If whatever one you're on, if you're on the YouTube section of things, it's YouTube specific, you know. Trovo, you know, any of the connected Facebook gaming. Labels, you can set up different labels for your latest subscribers. So that's how it was down here at the bottom. You see down at the bottom of the page, these are where those came from. If this wasn't pre-set up and I'm creating my own custom, these are how I would add these things in here. Subscriber counts, all-time gifters, you know, goals for bits, tips, all those things. Your static customs, this is where you can add static text. You'll add a text box. If you want to add your own images, you want to add videos to this overlay, you also do so as well. They're all going to play through this overlay. So people that have weak compute old systems, internet, and can't utilize resources, want to utilize all their resources because it's going to affect their streams or crash their streams. These are ways they can avoid that. So they can put video to be played up in here. They can have these set in here to go off. So like designs they have on their stream, instead of it being all individual sources on OBS using so many different kinds of resources, it can be put in here for whatever their design aspect is, described around it, and it's going to match accordingly on screen. Whatever's being done on this site will change on the fly. Now I have the browser source set up technically. So if I messed up something in how it looked, so I can show you like what this one looks like as it's set up in the screen too. So let's close that out. Oh, let me kind of finish with this though. So you have a rotator slideshow. This would kind of create a little slideshow of images that would come across the screen at a certain time. It's a good way of like sponsorship ads. If you're sponsored by companies, entities, your brand, have them post up there. If you have a picture or an image created for like a upcoming show, have it on there, you know, with the save a date or something. Same with the merchandise rotator. Or you can actually build a custom widget if you are good with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript coding. You can actually build your own kind of utilized widget there. That's for a way more advanced user, of course. They do have some charity and seasonal things. These are little snippets you can add across the stream. So look out a ghost. It's actually gonna be like a little ghost that would pop up on stream. So let's just click it. Oh, he's right up on top. He's a little guy. Okay, he's a little baby. He's a baby ghost. We'll make him bigger. So yeah, up at the top you see a little ghost just flying by. So at all times that would be like, so for Halloween I'd have a little ghost that just flies across my screen, you know, at all times. Little stuff like that, you know, that's just kind of built into it. So they have different ones like, you know, for the seasonal. Charities, if you're involved in any charity places, so donor drive accounts can be done here. Extra Life, Tiltify, any of those charities, you can cross those alerts in here. So again, it saves you from browser source usage on your OBS. You don't have a scene set up with 35 browser sources. You literally can have now one browser source that contains a multitude of browser sources actually, you know. In a form of way. Stream tools, your stream chat, this obviously would be the chat from Twitch is what this is going to come up as. So any Twitch chat would actually pop up in here. Again though, it is, if you are using Botisimo, that can have its advantages because then it's Botisimo chat pulling up or anything of that nature, you know. I think that's it on those. Oops. Yeah, we don't want that. Delete that. Thought there was another way of something. I thought we could add in other browser sources into these scenes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, I might be thinking of something else. Yep. So that's pretty much the gist of that, though. So it gives you a way of doing free overlays for your stream too. And they can all be totally customized. You know, a lot of this can all be changed. You can change the colors, you can change the fonts, obviously change all the usernames over. You know, customize it to your liking so it's still then unique. Even though, you know, 15 people might have the same one, you can totally change it to where it's not even, you know, the same technically, through your own design aspects. We're gonna leave this one. So my main scene, if you're a Fall Guys fan, I actually had an idea to utilize a Fall Guys one. This is another cool new one. So Fall Guys one is a pretty neat little setup that you could utilize as well. Very colorful. Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know what I just did. But anyways, very colorful. And so your game would be displayed on the big screen right here. My webcam would be up at the top right. Obviously chat would be where it says chat. Very defiant, very prominent, you know, postings. Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, literally just switching those over to whatever your usernames are. If you want to add any color entities to it, you know, you can. They have a ton of different overlays. So again, definitely check out your other entities, make your other accounts. So like if you didn't like the ones that were in the Twitch side, or, you know, just wanted to see what else there might be out there. There's quite a few on the Twitch side too. You can do quite a few of them, to be honest. And again, they're all free. So it's a huge plus. Animated, non-animated ones, to many different kind of genres and categories they pertain to. You know, I think they even have a talk show one, if I remember right. I thought I saw one. Let me see. And it's kind of cool. So if you use green screens, you know. Yeah, so a talk show animated one. So like on this one, legit, you're like behind like a virtual desk, you know, your green screen picture would be, you know, video would be right there, and boom, you're having like a talk show going on with everyone. All those effects in there can be edited, you know. It also then comes up with, you know, the starting soon, coming up with a little timer. Your BRB, see you after a break. Your ending screen, you know. Or full version, you know, if you need it. Thank you for the shiny magic balls. So yeah, Streamelements, though, if you want to have some pretty cool little easily designed overlays for you, or ideas to even design your own overlays, I would come check these out in the overlay galleries. And they all change differently, so I have different ones in the Trovo side. If you have accounts with YouTube, Facebook, Trovo, and stuff that's all connected with them, they all have their access to different ones. So like on the Trovo side, you'll have access to some different ones that were designed for it. Again, the idea of the platform ones, they are specifically geared towards those platforms, as far as like newest follow, newest sub, things of that nature. But it doesn't mean you still can't edit and cross-utilize those to still be used for Younow side, with the use of either Nowfinity, Streamnow, and the combination of Streamelements. It can still all be done and used in a very similar fashion, which is pretty neat. So streaming tools, we have overlay gallery over here. So again, they have their own alerts, widgets, things of that nature. Obviously you'll see a lot of similar ones, but then some might be very different, some might be really limited. So like Trovo is not a massive selection. But then current overlays I use over here is the one you see right now. It's my space overlay. So I think it's this one right here, maybe, possibly. That fucking screen is bright. That's a copy of it. Oh, nope, that is it. Yep, perfect. So yeah, this is what I created here to make it pertain to Younow. So as you see, there is already the Twitch chat that would be displayed by default technically, but I don't want the Twitch chat to come through on there. I want the Younow chat, so it could be pertaining obviously to my home platform. Botisimo still lets me get away and allows me to use the other platforms, so I don't have to worry about their chats. They're going to come through because we made those connections earlier with the power of Streamelements and connecting our accounts here on Younow, you know? So, but if I were to use the same features, you know, you can utilize the same things. So latest subscriber. This one is latest elixir. Over there, it was elixirs. Here, it's bars, you know? Latest tipper, obviously if you have a tip site, so a PayPal or something of that nature. With Streamelements, you can also utilize SE Pay, which is probably one of the smallest forms of any reduced fees when it comes to taking out a percentage for personal donations. Just an FYI, if people actually do have a personal donation site and stuff, they're ones that take out probably one of the least amount of fees. And they also offer the ability for people to use credit cards, which I have seen Streamlabs and stuff start offering that feature now too, but it allows people to use credit and debit cards, you know, in that aspect. If people ever want to like personally donate, you know. It's a way you have access to doing that and offering that now as a service. So then basically you just kind of set and design this how you would like, you know. So like on this one, if I wanted to, and again, how we're going to edit this on the fly, since this is my current scene, you're going to see if I make any changes, they'll actually come through. So that video file, for instance, let's go ahead, we'll change it. We're going to select a file. Where did I put that file? Boom. And this is all going to be saved on Streamelements Cloud. Another awesome feature. So then afterwards, it's all utilized on their cloud. Anywhere you log into Streamelements, you can access these assets, re-download them, cross-utilize them. Perfect. So we have that uploaded and we're going to submit it. And you see it's that size, so that's the wrong size obviously. We can manually play our size, or you can force it down how you like. So now on screen here, say I wanted this to pop up. Thank you for inviting your family. What's up, Russ? And then that video, oh, do I have to loop it? Let me hit save. This is the right one, right? Oh yeah. Maybe we refresh it. Oh. I think position of that is why. Let me see if it plays it here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the right scene I have. I might have changed. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. I had it in the wrong area. My bad, yo. Is it playing? Or am I just hallucinating? Pretty sure I'm losing my mind. I don't think it's playing. Yeah, I don't see it playing. This might not be the right source. I have a couple of these copied, so I might be on the wrong one. I don't want to change it just in case I do have it fucking wrong. But anyways, this is how you get an idea. You can add in your videos, you know, things of that. You'll resize them. Let's say we didn't want the video in, and then instead you wanted to add like an image. We can then do the same thing. You would add an image, set an image. If you have any that are already in here from your thing, you can add them in from your profiles. Same with sounds. They have uploaded any previous videos uploaded, all files. You know, you would have access to anything in the cloud here technically. So let's say we want to go ahead and do the gaming how-to set. This is my YouTube banner, you know. You just do things with this. Then you can put that wherever you want. If you had a special advertisement, if you had a graphic or stickers you wanted to utilize, you know, have it there, cover up, you know, my webcam, like it'd be right there. And so it's just ways you can offer. Oh, now it comes through. So this is the right scene. Okay, I don't know why the video didn't do it. So yeah, Ganjarider's Playhouse, gaming and how-to setups. That's fucking hilarious. I love that. But yep, so just cool little things you can do with that. We'll delete that off there. Save, and it should go away. So it's all on the fly because it's connected through a browser source. That browser source is all accessible by this link. You have a little link thing next to your preview and save button at the top right. So you just click that link, it's gonna copy that link. You go put that link in said browser source on OBS side. So like right here, I have game mode, and I have it set as URL. That URL went in here. Set your width, set your height. You know, obviously it was set in a 1920 by 1080 canvas is what we're set up in. And then that's pretty much, you know, the basic of there. Hit save, and you know, that's your Streamelements. So it's just a way for you guys to get access to free, more free additional overlays, but also a way to use overlays through a web browser. And you can add a few other entities in there. So if you do have graphics that you put up on here, so like any of these stickers that you see on my channel on here, these could have been actually all thrown in there. So like my 420 sticker, you know, that could have been tossed in that as well. The words themselves of like what my socials are, the social names, I could have also had that source put in there. It's freeing up another source on my OBS side. Same with that video that plays that does my social down at the bottom that says iSocial and all of those. I can throw that on this Streamelements source under that video player, and it's going to be doing that tick display every moment. Again, it's a freeing up another source off of my OBS. So even though Streamelements isn't technically a Younow supported software or website, it can still be used in a means to make an advantage or an upgrade to your content or the content you provide here on Younow still, and also free up sources so you can provide that extra quality of content too. So if you want to free up more sources for games, you know, obviously this is a means to kind of help reduce some of that. And also just give you some access to some really cool, neat little setups, you know. Definitely kind of fun. Once you get hang of it and get messing with a lot of it, you'll learn how to cross-utilize, grab a section or save like a video file from that overlay to add to another overlay, you know. You can mix and match them and stuff to your pleasing and really make it totally unique to you then at that point. So if you like a feature from there, like a feature from there, most entities can be captured out and saved, with the exception of some of the background images. Some background images are built in with the video, and some of those cannot be, sadly. So like how you see in the purple BRB one at the beginning of this topic, that BRB is built to the background. So I could remove the background, but by removing the background, I lose not only the BRB, which is fine, I want to get rid of the BRB, but I lose the whole background design. That's the starry galaxy motion itself. So it kind of defeats the purpose of removing, you know, said background. Like crap. Because how they designed the overlay, that text was actually built as a video file for that background, you know. So it was a combination of the two. But yeah, and same entity can be done, like I said, for the Twitch side. You do the same thing over here on the YouTube side. Only key differences are your verbiages. So like bits to member, or you know, to fans, to follows, to subs, to the key difference of a subscriber on YouTube and a subscriber on platforms. Also, a subscriber on YouTube is your fan. So yes, you are asking for subs when it comes to YouTube. They're not paid. Members are what's paid for YouTube. That's their paid service. They have to be a little bit different, so they change things up, you know. Ripping it apart and smashing it back together again? Exactly, Russ, exactly. That's all it's all about. And then you can see again, they have their own tools. If you wanted to utilize their chatbots, like I said, they are connected to the major platforms, but the chatbots are only going to be able to get used on those said platforms. So they'll only trigger off on those platforms. You'll see them come across on the fronts, but as far as command triggers, people can only do those on those platforms. Hey, what's up, Only Grass? Thank you for the shiny magic balls. Let's go. Hello, hello. Thank you for all the shiny magic balls. I appreciate that. But they all have their own little entities, their own little designs to them. So definitely, you know, if you don't have accounts for all of them, I would just create them so you can tap into some of these optional resources, if nonetheless. And like I said, you know, YouTube has a few of their own different overlay setups too. Again, any account you're logged into, all overlays will be account specific or platform specific. So always keep that in mind. Thanks for your gift. Yeah, of course. No worries. Hey, it's the least I can do, you know. You do always pop around and come in and hang out, so it's like, well, let's go. And so again, they have a huge selection, different theme setups. So if you guys don't know where to find overlays or how to create overlays, or wonder how some of us get some of these designed overlays, if we're not designing them ourselves, we're using stuff like this and then editing current designs to form to our liking and to our brand and things of that sort, you know. It's like these are all, you know, some of these are animated. So if we pull those up, these show you what they do, you know. So that'd be your just chatting scene. This would be your start soon scene for this one. Your be right back ending scene. And again, they have their areas. Your socials are already there. They have your like recent tips, your subs, things of those, and it can all be conformed to focus on you now specifically, as we've shown with our one purple overlay. All the love, let's go. But that's what I use for this current scene you're seeing here. That's how we have this one pulled off. And then that's how I was making the other one that I was kind of showing you guys as well. It can be cross-utilized with Younow, even though it was made specifically for Twitch. It's a way we can still use the same resources. And what that overlay would look like is, I think I still have it saved. It is... Maybe I don't. Nope, maybe I did get rid of it. Yeah, we might have got rid of it. It's fine. That's what we have it on the page for. So back in the overlay gallery. Yo, I hope y'all having a great night. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Playhouse. My name is Ganjarider, and welcome to today's Tech Toker Tuesday. It's a tech show that we have every Tuesday. Today we're covering Simulcast for Younow, Botisimo, and Streamelements. But yeah, hello. Thank you again. I really appreciate that. All the love. So then, well, one that we already had in here is going to be this one. So this was one that I made to actually form from Twitch to actually match up to, if I were to use it, it would be made for specifically Younow purposes. For what we have as far as Younow goes, you know. No problem? Yeah, greatly appreciate it though, all the love. So this was the one that we did show. So I would have my cam in the center here. My top 3, let me remove this, get rid of the finalist. We use this for the show with Thomas, the lip sync. I use this scene actually. My socials are displayed all at top. We edited it in. Those will be self-filled in based on what account you're on. So if it was Twitch, Twitch would also be up here, you know. YouTube would be automatically filled in for you. And then at the bottom, we just switch things up. So I just made it where it pertains to what I'm matching it for. So recent invite, streams top fan. So I did that one for in streams, actual like #1 fan name would pop down in there. And we're doing that thanks to Streamelements latest X overlay, technically. Name of the streamer is down at the bottom. Newest fan, newest subscriber, you know, all that would match up. Yo, thank you for the 50 stack. I appreciate that. So we would technically then just grab this overlay URL. I'm just going to kind of add it on here and show you what it looks like when we add one. We go to OBS, and it is considered a browser source. Name it with whatever you want. I'm just going to keep it as browser. Flip your said source, add it in there, and it is a, what is it, 1920 by 1080, right? And boom, so now it took over our current source. It's this a web browser source, all those features are there. We would actually then have it set up to all of our latest, you know. So newest subscriber should pop up, I think, somewhere here, maybe. Oh, it's overlaid badly, hold on. Yep. I had it set up at one time for this scene. We just never really obviously used it. New fan. So like new fan would go right there. So new fan. This is set up from Streamelements Pro's last fan overlay. So I just used only the name text of it.
I gotta follow. Mom, get the camera!
So like how Delos just literally became a fan right there. So it would be utilized in the name of it. We can de-size it, you know, make it smaller, bigger, to fit a little bit more down there, how we like it. And then if you like how it sets, then obviously that's how it's going to look. So now you guys can see, so now it's going to actually be used just like if I was on Twitch in a very same fashion. If I had the newest subscriber one on there, that one would have popped up as well. For when Void just subbed, you know. So same thing with your newest fan. Oh, I have that in the wrong one. Oops. Oh, new sub, I don't. That's right, it's broken. That's a broken one. And the new fan I have in the wrong area. There's our newest fan. So you can have it something like that, you know. It would work out. And then what is our other one? Top fan, I think I had that one in there too. And recent invite. Yeah, we might have deleted some. That's my OneNote stuff. But yeah, so you get the gist of it. So how it could be kind of cross-utilized. Thank you for inviting your family as well. Yeah, no problem. Gotta help a brother out. Hey, I appreciate it. But so if you wanted to keep that scene, then obviously you could, and go from there. Let me get rid of this scene that I just made. So we'll Control Z, 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 Z. Jumping back in time to the Matrix here, don't y'all? Oh my god, will you just go back already? For fuck's sake. Get off my screen. There, back to our normal scene. Thank you. So yeah, so that's how some of that can be utilized. That's how you would be able to utilize. Yo, your birthday soon? Yo, my birthday soon as well. In 2 days actually is my b-day. Be a big O 876 years old. Ancient, you know, ancient. But hell yeah, let's go. Obviously this scene is something I have set up just separately with a combination of different alerts, but it can be utilized in the same method. A lot of these are images and video playable files. I can put these all into one of those Streamelements browser source setups technically, and mimic this, and it could be utilized just from the Streamelements source instead of my multiple different sources, as far as my display side goes, you know. Yours is the 31st? Oh shit, nice, nice. Let's go. Gemini babies all around. Love it. Wait, same 2 days? Wait, your birthday's the same day, Gore? Nuh-uh. Oh, I stopped twiddling the knobs of the metaverse. He went a little, yeah.
I gotta follow.
Holy shit, really?
Mom, get the camera.
Wow, that's awesome, Gore. You're probably the 5th person I've ever met in my life with the same birthday. I've only met 2 people with this, 1 person actually with the same exact year of my birthday and everything. And total opposite. That's the evil bitch like that I locked at the bottom of the ocean. That's what that person was. I was like, holy shit. But yeah. Tucker Henry, thanks for becoming a fan, and welcome to the Playhouse family. But yeah, happy early birthday, everyone. Holy shit. Well, dang, you're gonna have to come and have a shot or a couple drinks with us then, Gore. We'll be here from 9 p.m. till 9 a.m., so a 12-hour stream on the 25th birthday stream. We'll have some drinks and obviously smoking, obviously toking our asses off. And then we'll be doing some Fall Guys and Jackbox games and whatever else, you know, it's kind of throughout the night. But yeah, no, that's fucking awesome. No, I had no idea. That's cool. Pretty cool. Yep, all the birthdays are coming. Yeah, party at the Playhouse. I know, right? Freaking A. So yeah, so we did, we discussed simulcasting, how to go about setting that up here, its uses, purposes for it, some reasoning to behind, you know, if you never looked into or had never thought about why you should use it. We just kind of gave our input in personal input on a lot of it, professional input actually for that aspect, for usage wise. So how it's just overall very useful and can be cross utilized for people is a big aspect of it, is what it comes down to. And then so from Simulcast we then went into Botisimo, which Botisimo I've always praised and love that chatbot. It's one of the only chatbots that truthfully cross chat replays everything back and forth, not just one way or the other, for all supported platforms that they are supported by anyways. And then from there we went into Streamelements, and then how you can utilize Streamelements for overlays, creation of overlays, saving resources from your computers by putting in those overlays. You can put in your own video files, image files that would be only put on one source instead of your OBS using multiple sources for those things, you know. Cough, Restream? Yeah, but Restream doesn't do full chat relay from all of those supported platforms. And we're just only focusing Younow wise. It will pull it from all the plats, but it doesn't push it to all the plats. Is the only downside to Restream chat. Not like Botisimo does. And do not use both Restream and Botisimo without properly setting those up. But that's for a different entity. Yeah, so I didn't go into Restream because that was going to be, if I did want to cover that, that's going to be a full stream in itself. Because there's a lot we can really honestly cover when it comes to Restream. Again, that's a summary of what we just kind of covered. That's going more into the different connection methods. I briefly covered the multi-output. As I did describe, I do have a video that already explains the multi-output method. If I remember correctly, that is my 10-minute video that's already uploaded for how to stream to Younow. I do believe I skimmed through and showed that actual exact way of doing that. So yeah. So I think we won't even have to cover that. I mean, if anyone needs in-depth detail or setup of it, then we can go from there, do a how-to, show and tell, bring them up, walk them through it type deal. But, is that a Younow error? What the hell was that? I read some orange error message come up through the source there. I think it was Streamelements. It just had like some weird error pop up. I don't know. But yeah, so it's if people wanted like a more in-depth how-to of showing that, it'd probably be more on a per basis, personal like setup, you know, bring them up on stream and we'll just set it up type deal and walk them through step-by-step type thing. But yeah, if I remember right, my first Younow video does briefly cover that initial setup. I'm almost certain it does, to be honest. That's why I blocked a few entities from my YouTube channel as well. Bitch, you ain't learning from me. Can I upload my own created in OBS scenes and overlays to Streamelements to save using my laptop resources? Correct. So yes, you can. So that's what we did kind of show as well. I can pull it back up and just kind of show you how you would go about that. Most elements of your overlay can be thrown into here, with the exceptions of some. So like you can't like add additional browser sources into this already browser source. I thought you could. Maybe I'm just missing the feature. Or I'm getting it confused with another platform. I might be thinking of Polypop actually when it comes to that one. Ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum. Now we'll flip back over here to the handy dandy little screen. Alright, perfect. So you're in Streamelements. What other platform? It's going to be only your major plats you can log into. So Trovo, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, etc. If you're using it for simulcast purposes, then it's going to be your YouTube and your Twitch. So we're currently here. We go into the streaming tools. It's going to be underneath the overlays or overlay galleries. Obviously it would be overlays here. If you wanted just to create one from scratch, you could just technically then go into new overlay. Quality, resolution size, obviously whatever your canvas is that you're going to be streaming off of, make it accordingly. So for today's purpose, the 1080, we'll hit start. And this is a pure blank canvas at this point. You have a plus symbol down at the bottom left. So let's say your currently created overlay contains video files. Like if this image here was one video file that I had saved or a PNG, you're going to add that in under static and custom. So it'd be an image file or a video file. So like my, like we did earlier, my one video file. So let's go ahead and add a video. Oh, perfect. So like for these are perfect examples. So those scenes that you saw, and we'll make the size bigger. So this is how I took those purple ones out of those other OBS scenes. This is a video file saved of a webcam or a chat box. So let's say I want my chat box over here. You'll cross it over there. If your overlay is already set up in a video or picture file, then just upload it directly, you know, in that main video file or that image file. If it's a still image, you would do the image one. You would go in under here, add your image. You have the option to set it. Here's where you would upload, drag and drop your files. If they're already pre-installed or you already have loaded them up to the cloud, they would be here. Sounds, videos, etc. All your files would be here. So then you would add that exact like overlay. I'm trying to think if I have any overlays. I don't believe I do. But if it was a still image overlay, you would add it here, and you're going to adjust your size accordingly. So you would make it fit, you know, fit your screen, of course, what size it is, things of that nature. If you need to get a little bit more fine-tuned, you can go into here. This will help you, you know, fine-tune the sizing as well, make it bigger to the proportion, make it smaller, you know, height-wise. So thing with that. So now that's my chat box. It could be as big as I want it to be technically. And you pretty much would do the same concept. You want to create, if your overlay has, so like the scene here you're currently watching has this, so you can actually even use, we can make it a little easier. Instead of building from scratch, if you're not familiar with any of this, use a current one and replace is the way I would go about it. So let's go ahead and use a currently created one and replace the elements accordingly. So how this is set up, all gridded out, that's going to be see-through, that's transparent. So middle would be where my game scene is going to be. Top right corner would be where my webcam scene is going to be. That's grayed out entities. This is the image file itself. So you can delete these files and get rid of them if you like. And now it's all grayed out. You would replace it. So that's showing it was here. Oops. And we can go in here and actually change that video file now. You see how it shows that? We can now change this to whatever one we wanted it. If I hadn't already created video animated overlay, I don't want to use my OBS source. We just now replaced it with that. So now technically that's the background. I can't move my background because it would be the primary picture, but you get the idea of it, you know. So build it basically like I did in OBS. Correct. You're just going to rebuild it into the virtual source, more or less. Get rid of all this. And then same thing down here would have like your latest. So this was a Twitch overlay by default. You could use some of these features still, to add to that element. So if there's parts you're missing out or didn't know how to really add in, rename these sections. So how we did with that purple scene, you know, we renamed them all to match Younow. This was a Twitch-based alert or overlay. We formed it all for Younow now. So obviously I put in all my socials on top. We have our big main screen in the middle, which would be where my webcam would be. My top fans would pop up on the corner up here. I was going to add chat box on the other side. That's blank over there. But the thing I changed was down at the bottom. So you have it where it is Twitch based. Let me just save that. So I just converted them over to what Younow would be. So recent invite, your stream top fan, your newest fan, your new subscriber. And then we're going to use just Streamelement or Streamnow Pro's labeling feature, their latest features. So their latest fans, their latest inviters. We can set those in accordingly now. So I have the major blueprint of the scene set up. If I use this now as my scene, I freed up the video file, I freed up the design aspect of it, my socials. Same with my little social box that pops up down at the bottom, and that's a separate source. How it says my Ganjarider's Playhouse, hit exclamation social for socials. It has all of those. I can add that, it's a video file, so I can add that into Streamelements overlay here, wherever it's going to be positioned. If I wanted it where it is now, I can add it on the Streamelements side, so it's technically never even playing on my OBS side. It's still all being pushed through OBS. So a lot of your image and video design files can be uploaded here to reduce that load on your initial stuff for your design aspect goes, as any aspect. For transitions and stuff of that nature, you still got to use and do what you do. And any of those sorts, you know, you can't add your browser sources into here, sadly. That would be really nice. I don't think they can unless that's the custom widget side, but I don't think it can. I think that's Polypop that does it that way. I keep getting confused between them. Polypop is another multi-source like this. You can do some creative 3D stuff with. Yeah, I don't think in this one you can. Oh, and then there's the asset rotator slideshow. So I like how there's a banner. So like I say, if this down here wasn't created, how my stream thing pops up, the socials we were just talking about, if it wasn't made to slide across that way, all I had was the images for my socials, you can make it in a banner. So like how Streamlabs does, it has that sponsor banner. You can put some pictures on it, and it occasionally flips up at a certain amount of time, goes away for a certain amount of time, comes back for, you know, on and off, on and off. That can be set up in there as well. If you use SE Merch, Streamelements merchandise shop, you can have a rotator that rotates your products on display for you. Or if you know the coding, you can create your own custom widget, as we kind of described earlier. But that gets into a little bit more of an advanced user, especially one with some coding knowledge. So, but yes, so answer to your question, you can save a lot of resources from actually being utilized or need to be utilized from your OBS. But based on your designs, you know, if you don't use a lot of this, I mean, but everyone's going to use an image or a video file in some form of way. So in some form of way, it can still be taken off, some of it, you know. Advanced, yeah, custom widgets. I won't even go down that rabbit hole. That will not be getting covered. Not from me. Someone else wants the expertise. Again, me and coding, we don't get along. I can't get it. I don't understand Yoda. Fuck Yoda. And all of its English and horrible English. Okay, I'm happy with my advanced English ass. My mind can't undo the proper English that coding doesn't follow, you know? It's so hard for me to fucking grasp it. I don't know why. My mind always autocorrects it. It's fucking weird. Yeah, you're welcome. Of course, Gore, of course. Yeah, I barely skimmed by in my degrees. Coding was the only class like I almost fucking failed. Like I was so pissed. And it's just because naturally the dyslexia like reverses it for some reason. It's so weird. So I'll see the broken English and the dyslexia will actually auto correct it for me and be like, no, English major bitch, this is how it's supposed to read. So it'll fight it, you know, and I'll read it exactly how it's supposed to be. Yeah, talk broken English for a good while. I can't I can't, JC. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's like, almost. Goddamn, goddamn. Yeah, words are hard. I know, right? I know. True ass story. But yeah, so that covers the primary topics that I had in store for our Tech Tokers though today. And that was pretty much focusing on Simulcast feature, how to utilize Simulcast, what the purpose and what good benefits can come from multi-streaming to those sites. We cleared up the age-old myth that Younow doesn't want you to talk about those other platforms, because at the end of the day, if they didn't want you to talk about them, they wouldn't offer connections to them. So we had to make sure to clear that huge myth up too. And yeah, just wanted to show you guys how actually easy it is to set up and to utilize. And then our last part was the Botisimo and the Streamelements. Botisimo is just a way to make the chat a little bit more seamless for on-screen wise, or across those other two platforms, Twitch and YouTube. And Streamelements is a way to free up some sources, give you access to some nicely already created overlays that you can design and edit yourself, or use your current designs to kind of add into it and free up some sources from your computer and from your OBS itself too. So just little ways to help fine-tune, reduce the load, but amp up the quality of your streams, you know. So, and then other than that, unless, you know, JC wants to come up and I guess we'll get into some audio discussions here about a certain new virtual mixer. Or we can wait till later, it don't matter. I don't even know how late you're going to be up to. I know it's a work night for you. You're a day walker now. Damn day walkers. Yeah, this virtual mixer though is going to probably make a lot of people's life easier. People are like, oh, it's probably Voicemeeter. No, it's not Voicemeeter actually. I've never even tapped in a Voicemeeter because once you install Voicemeeter, it installs drivers and takes over your whole fucking audio profile and just ruins everything you have set up. Personal experience, I hate audio. This one gives you the option to set it all up first. So, not just immediately take over your computer. But it gives you full fluid control